I am extremely pleased to welcome a very good friend of mine, David Christopher here. He is a fantastic vocalist. He's putting on a brand new show called She Touched Me, all about Mae West, but you come at this from a very authentic place. You worked for Mae West for many years.
I did.
Wow.
I started in 1968 and was there until she passed in 1980.
That is remarkable. So you must have some incredible stories.
I have some great stories.
Are you going to tell them all, or are you going to?
I'm going to tell them at my show, yes.
Good. Very good. So you're putting this together. Tell me, just kind of walk the audience through the show a little bit so they know what to expect when they come out and see you.
Well, it's basically the story of how I met Miss West and then what it was like staying with her and being around her while she was shooting Myra Breckenridge. I worked on the set of Myra Breckenridge. So I'm just going to tell anecdotes, and then I'm going to sing a number of tunes from her pictures and also songs about her.
And she was very encouraging of your performance.
Oh yes, she encouraged me very much. In fact, she encouraged me to come down to Palm Springs even during the time I was working for her, and to appear here nightly at some of the local clubs. Dick Contino and his band, Georgie Auld, Pat Rizzo, all the great guys I worked with.
You performed for years. You still do. Folks can come and see you at Melvin's at the Sunday Jam pretty regularly with Michael Healy.
Most every Sunday I'm at the Jam.
And you're a fantastic vocalist, but it must have been very, impressive to have Mae West kind of pushing you along in that regard.
I liked that, yes, yes. The first week I was there, a few days after I was there, I sang for her in the living room, and she sent me down to a recording studio to make a recording,
wow,
which I still have.
Now, you just kind of on a whim came out to California. You were living in the Midwest, and you said you had to go out to see this show, to see Mae West.
I had this recurring dream about meeting a lady with feathers on a stage in an audience atmosphere.
Many of us had that dream, but you
it
followed
was recurring, yes. It came every few months. I had the same dream. But when I saw Miss West was appearing one night only in Hollywood, a friend of mine and I decided that it was absolutely imperative that we make it there. At the time, we thought she was probably so old she might not be appearing many more times after that. So we made sure that we could get there, and we made arrangements to get there, and that's where I met her, at the Town and Gown Ballroom at USC, and that was in February of 1968.
And you actually got to meet her that night.
Her number was listed in the book.
That's remarkable.
Yes, and she always, in her act, she always said, "Oh, I'm in the book." And she really was in the book, and we found it, and we called the number, and we told the fellow, it was at the desk where she lived at the Ravenswood, and he gave her a message, and maybe a few minutes after that, we got a call back. And it was Robert, her assistant at the time, and he said, "Miss West wants you to come up to the stage tomorrow evening after the show. She's so impressed that you came all the way from Kansas, then she wants to meet you." You
came all the way from Kansas and really never went back. You ended up going to work for her.
Well, I went back long enough to pack.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
That is very cool. All right, I want you all to go see this great show, She Touched Me. It's February 28th. It's dinner and a show. Dinner is at 6 o'clock, and the show is at 7. It's at Pete's Hideaway in the back room. It's called Wendy's Hideout, but it's Pete's Hideaway right there on Palm Canyon Drive. Yeah. $49.95 gets you a great dinner, the fantastic food there, and, of course, David Christopher performing She Touched Me.
And I have a great jazz quartet behind me.
Oh, yeah, quickly, tell us the folks who are performing with you.
I have Shelley Yolen on woodwinds.
And you have,
of course, Jimmy Lewis on drums, Tommy Dodson on piano, and James Getzelam on bass.
All right, I'm going to put that phone number up so you can call and make your reservations. 760-322-6500. Go see this great show. It's fantastic.